morning, students. In continuation with the map work which we have been doing, today we are going to begin with the vegetation map of India. Now basically, India has got 5 distinct type of vegetation. Though there are several other different types of vegetation, but we are going to focus on the 5 distinct type of vegetation. So let us begin. So we are going to start from the northern part of India. Now we all know that the northern part of India has got mountains. So here, wherever the Himalayas are there and mountainous regions are there, we have got mountain vegetation. So these are the places where we have the mountain type of vegetation, especially parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal, Uttaranchal, parts of Sikkim. All these areas are the places where we are having the Himalayas and a considerable region of the state of Arunachal Pradesh. So all these areas are having a mountain type of vegetation where the trees are basically pine, deodar, oak, which are softwood variety growing in the mountainous region. Now India being a tropical monsoon type of climate, so a large area of the region belongs to the deciduous variety of trees. Why deciduous variety of trees? Because the rainfall which occurs in the entire subcontinent is concentrated for 3 months, and that is why the trees which grow shed their leaves at least once a year. So all these areas are included under the deciduous or tropical deciduous type of vegetation. So I'll just mark these areas where we have the tropical deciduous type of vegetation. All these areas have got a deciduous type of vegetation where the trees shed their leaves at least once a year. All these areas. Fine. Some parts of Assam, Mizoram, these areas also have a deciduous type of vegetation. Trees over here include sal, teak, mango, jamun, amla. All these different varieties of trees are found in the deciduous variety or the tropical deciduous type of trees. Now, a large area of India comes under a region where rainfall is scanty. So most of these areas, which include parts of Rajasthan and Gujarat, where they have thorny bushes. So these areas have a thorny or the thorn type of vegetation where they get scanty rainfall. Areas are arid, semi-arid, so the vegetation is also very sparse, and few trees like acacia, babool, these are most commonly found in these arid regions, and some bushes, shrubs which grow abundantly in the arid area. So this vegetation comes under the thorn type of vegetation, which is mainly found in parts of Rajasthan, Gujarat and some parts of the plateau region over here, because this area we all know is a rain shadow area. So this area gets little rainfall, and so they also are having a thorny type of or thorn vegetation. Now here we have the Western Ghats, which get very heavy rainfall. Similarly, these areas also in Assam get very heavy rainfall. So all these areas have got a tropical rainforest vegetation, because these areas get very heavy rainfall due to the monsoons. So all these areas in most parts of the western Ghats and parts of the Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills, all these areas get very heavy rainfall, and so there is a luxuriant variety of trees which is known as the tropical rainforest, where most of the trees are of evergreen varieties. They hardly shed their leaves, and all these areas have got immense biodiversity because of very heavy rainfall and a very humid climate. A huge number of luxuriant vegetation can be found over here. So these areas are also known as the hotspot regions of the world, which consists of a lot of biodiversity. Apart from this, there are some areas which have got tidal type of vegetation. So these areas of the Sundarbans, which include parts of West Bengal and areas continue in neighboring Bangladesh, where many of our rivers, they come and meet the sea, especially east flowing rivers. They all have areas where we find tidal forests. So all these areas have got tidal variety of forest. So students, we have learnt the different varieties of forests which we have, starting from the mountain, the tropical deciduous, the thorny bushes or the thorn type of forest, the tropical evergreen and the tidal type of forest. So these are the basic type of vegetation which is found in India. In the next few seconds, I am going to share with you the map of the vegetation which is colored, and it shows all the 5 different type of vegetation which you are supposed to do and copy exactly as I have drawn in your Mapwork. So I hope you must have paused the video and must have copied the map in your Mapwork book. So that is what we have time for. I am signing off for today.